There comes a time in every person who's played Median where they get that one quest where they just fucking hate it. And they fucking hate it, and they fucking hate it, and they hate it a lot, and they wish it was taken out because it's so fucking dumb. This is mine, okay? This is my purgatory. Some people think Valthek's really bad. I think they're just being a big bunch of babies about it, okay? You're like, oh, you died one time. Yeah, to practice. Anyways, no, this is mine. This is my swan song of this game. Of all of Diablo 2 as a whole. Fuck this quest. Fuck this quest hard. I'm getting it out of my system now because I'm not going to say a damn thing when I get in there. Alright. Spirit World. 125, very hard, 5-minute lockdown. Mibiru Ikura in Taganzi. Mibiru Ikura, also known as the Spirit World or Unformed Land, is the central tenet of the Umbaru's beliefs. They consider the mortal realm merely an illusion concealing the spirit world, true plane of reality. It is from there that the Umbaru draw their powers, and it is there where Gaia from Kingsfield, guardian of the realm, resides as one of the gods. Its nature is not entirely known, but Umbaru priests have concluded that in Mibiru Ikura dwell numerous wrathful spirits. Umbaru's mythology establishes that every being shares a filament connecting them to the unformed land and transcending the mortal illusion. Is it then possible for these beings to have been tainted by the spreading malice of Diablo and his brethren, granting them a pathway to Mibiru Ikura? Alright. This is a fucking awful one. So we kill it and we get Ghost Trance. Now, I've actually not even mentioned this, but you need to have your Umbaru treasure with all 20 essences in it. And you also have to cube it with that, the Ghost Trance. So it upgrades the Umbaru treasure to a +1, and it also gives you 11 to 40 ats. I don't fucking care what that boss drops. It's ass. This is not an over-exaggeration, just like Valthek. This is a fucking endurance round of god-awful shit. Alright. So, I have already got mine loaded up, can be upgraded with Ghost Trance, it will tell you that. So, okay. This is why I explain things. Because I'm not going to talk about it when I'm in there. I fucking hate this boss. You know what's funny is you might have been noticing, wow, there's no burning souls in this mod. You bet your ass there's one. So, of course, naturally, it makes this the worst enemy in the game. The only thing that could make it worse is if it was a fucking bone serpent thing. Or claw viper. So, what does it do? Well, first of all, it does what I call big dumb damage. Which, that's already a problem. It teleports on top of you, it does a lot of damage. It's lightning. You can't move when it teleports, otherwise you just get fucking hit. It's enough to one-shot my Amazon, by the way, with like 15k health. Alright, so that's a problem. It casts Rings of Tornadoes, which is a druid skill from Vanilla D2. They can kill you in about a second. And you're like, that doesn't sound like the worst thing ever. And you know what? You're not wrong. It's not that bad. What makes this fight horseshit is the fact that this boss can infinitely spawn untargetable, unkillable, invincible, cursing enemies that can pile up like crazy and get in your way, send you into hit recovery, and just, you know, be a cocksucker. You can't leech off of them. They're awful. And the nests that they spawn from can be very tanky. This is another reason I respect, because doing 2k more damage is enough to deal with them way faster. This fucking quest is ass. Another problem is, this is in 2.10. Older patches, it was a Purify quest. Purify would kill them in 1 second. Doesn't work like that anymore. I've tried, trust me. So if you look on the internet, this is patch 2.10. That shit doesn't work here. Take your fancy heathen magic somewhere else. I'm not going to talk during the fight. Much like Valthek, this is going to take at least 16 to 20 minutes. And you're probably like, oh, that's fucking ridiculous. Oh yeah, It will. This is 16 to 20 minutes on average. I fucked up on 30 minutes with it like a quarter of the way to die on that like scrapped recording with the worst build. 30 minutes. It's seriously that fucking long. And you know how long the timer lockout is? It's 5. And you don't want to know why it's 5? Because when you spawn into the area every time, there's different nest placements spawning those ghosts. And yeah, they're infinite. They can just clutter up the whole screen. I already know what I'm doing. But fuck it. Let's just get into it. I'm not saying a goddamn word on the way there. You just get to take my silence as saying Seth knows what he's doing. So we gotta go to the Tarajan jungles. I'll teach you how to Douglas. You want to make sure you have a movement spell. Like leap or... I don't know. You can use... I can't do that apparently. You want to use a teleport spell. Or at least a short range movement. You do not want to run in this fight, because running will A, lower your defense, and B, you'll get killed. You want to jump over the tornadoes that it spawns, and you'll see what I'm talking about when we get there, don't worry. You're probably like, oh, this isn't that bad, but fucking Seth's just making this shit up, it's not that hard. Yeah, whatever you say, jackass. This is one of those quests where it actually stresses me out to do it, and I absolutely cannot fuck around. I have to be 100% focused to do this. I have to be in the right mindset to want to do this. This can take up to a half an hour, and much like Valthek, we're not done until it's dead. So this video could be an hour, it could be 30 minutes, it could be 10. I don't know. We'll just have to see. You'll see in the video length. If I fuck up after an hour, which I really hope is not the case, I will put in the fast-forwarded kill without commentary starting from here. And I don't even want to do that, because it's going to be a fucking pain in the ass. Anyways, so this is how you finish my beer and... yeah. Alright. I'm not going to say jack shit, just watch what I do. I'm not going to have any fucking time to talk. That 5 minutes is nothing. Much better. This is much better than the last time I did this. Those will curse you, by the way, if they touch you. Watch. And that curse is usually enough to be what fucking kills you. I'll explain this part. Don't go in the center. Go around the edges, because these things are immunities. They actually make the boss immune. And yep, it can spawn them infinitely. If I could remove one Uber from this game, it's fucking this. This is like the cuntiest thing in a video game I've ever played. It is not fair, it's not fun, and the reward is hardly worth it. Start on the edges. That's all I can say. Stick to the edges and then go to the center. This is why you have such a long timer. Oh, great. Oh, and he's invisible. I forgot to mention. Isn't that great? Where? Get the fuck out of there. Where? So if anyone ever doubts my abilities in Diablo 2, by the way, that's pretty much as good as you can do that. When you're doing Spirit World with a caster, it's a lot easier because you can just teleport and then you move and then you auto-target it with something that tracks, like Magic Missile, Fire Pit. There's the Storm Zone equivalency of Fire Pit that's really busted. Anything that you can just track shit with, like, it's not that bad. That is about as bullshit hard of an Uber as it can get. If I could take it out of the game, I totally would. God damn. That is like average clear time, by the way. It's not like, oh, Seth, you're doing it poorly. There's no easy way around that boss. Like, that is as good as it gets. You can't, well, with this kind of melee build, that's as good as it gets. That is arguably the most difficult boss for me in general, because you start to lose focus, and what I call big dumb damage is when you get cursed, then a whole bunch of the fucking morbs come on you and you get fucking morbed into the... Okay, what would I do to change it? 30-second cooldown every time the thing... Actually, how about a minute on the ghost spawn? Other than that, that's how you do it. I gotta go piss.
I'm making piss.